What would make someone endure pain so intense it's literally bone-piercing? And how can a hero's desperate quest for a cure be built on a tragic lie? Well, today, we're jumping into a story where love and betrayal are two sides of the same coin, and a single treasure has an entire kingdom on the absolute brink of war.
Okay, so this quote, it's not just describing some abstract torture. It's a price someone is actively, willingly choosing to pay. And the question that just hangs over this entire story is, why?
Well, the answer to that is right at the heart of a massive, kingdom-spanning conflict. And it's all fueled by a desperate search for a cure and a really, really tragic misunderstanding. So our story really kicks off with Li Xing Yun. Now, he might be a descendant of the old royal family, but his problems are a lot more immediate than trying to reclaim a throne. Right now, his whole world has shrunk down to one single, desperate crisis: saving his family. I mean, the stakes just couldn't be any higher. And for Li Xing Yun, they are deeply personal. This isn't about some grand political strategy. It's about saving someone he loves from a ticking clock. And that raw desperation, that's the fuel for his entire journey. It's what's going to push him to take some incredible risks. So yeah, his only shot is this mythical cure. But to find it, he's got to go after the Longquan treasure. And that's a prize that every major power in the land is fighting tooth and nail to control. So this very personal quest, it's about to throw him onto a very dangerous and very public stage. But here's the thing. Li Xing Yun's quest, it's not a solo mission. Whether he knows it or not, the entire outcome is tied to the actions of one woman, Ji Ruche. And she just might be the most tragic figure in this whole story. And this is where things get really fascinating. You've got this massive gap between perception and reality. Li Xing Yun is absolutely convinced she's an enemy, that she's the one who poisoned his friend. But her actions, they tell a completely different and honestly, a far more painful story. So get this. To save Li Xing Yun's friend, the very same person he thinks she poisoned, she strikes this absolutely devastating deal with her ruthless leader, Nu Di. She offers up her own power, her loyalty, and agrees to face that bone-piercing punishment we were talking about right at the start.
So the whole point here is that her sacrifice, it's all born from this incredibly deep, selfless love. But the real tragedy? He's completely blind to it. He just sees betrayal where there's actually martyrdom.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture here, because this very personal quest is actually the centerpiece of a massive shadow war. This right here, this is basically the chessboard. You've got these three major powers: the manipulative magic square, the ambitious Tong Wen Guan, and the ruthless Xuan Ming Jiao. And they aren't just sitting on the sidelines. They are actively pulling the strings, and our heroes are caught right in the middle of their dangerous power games. And this quote from Nu Di, it just perfectly sums up how these leaders think. To them, Li Xing Yun and Ji Ruche aren't people with feelings or hopes. Nope, they are assets. They are chess pieces to be moved around and sacrificed for political victory. But, and this is a huge but, there's a massive twist to this whole story. A tiny detail that none of these brilliant, scheming players ever saw coming. You see, for years, this treasure has been totally off limits. It's protected by this incredibly powerful ancient magic that no army, no master has ever been able to break. I mean, that sounds like a total dead end, right? What's the point of fighting a war for a prize that nobody can even get to? It's a fundamental problem for every single faction involved in this thing. Well, the answer to that impossible question, it lies with the one person nobody was really paying attention to. In what is just a stunning revelation, the true importance of Ji Ruche, the woman everyone just saw as a pawn, is about to change the entire game. So it turns out she's not just some lovelorn warrior or a pawn of the magic square. She is literally the only person in the entire world who can unlock that seal. Her hidden bloodline makes her the absolute key to the whole conflict, and her role just got transformed in an instant. Okay, so with that secret out in the open, the race is on. The treasure is located on a place called Longfu Shan, or Dragon Tiger Mountain, and it is about to become the epicenter of an all-out war. And you can see here just how fast the dominoes start to fall. The moment the location is revealed, it is a mad dash. Every single faction mobilizes, their armies all converging like storm clouds on one single fateful mountain. And look, we are not talking about a few small fights here. No way. As you can see, we're talking about major armies. Each faction is deploying significant forces for what they believe is going to be a massive, decisive confrontation for the ultimate prize.
And so that leaves us right on the edge of this explosive climax. The powerful players and the pawns they've been using are finally on the same board. With secrets out and armies on the march, it all comes down to one question. When the dust finally settles, will a selfless sacrifice finally be understood, or is it all going to be consumed by the faction's endless lust for power?